Hello. Welcome to the Cars, Bars, and Guitars podcast, episode
103?
No,
2.
102. I'm AJ.
And I'm Steve.
Steve, who are we brought to you today by?
A Tiffany Blue G-Shock.
That sounds sexy. Where'd you get it from? Adam and Eve?
No, eBay. So
Adam
I'll see
and
if
eBay.
this actually...
Why isn't that a thing?
Yet.
Adam and Eve Bay.
Things you don't want to buy used.
Maybe you do.
Whoa.
Do you remember that episode of Family Guy where they're going through a police auction? She goes, "Here's a pair of prostitutes' underwear." Quagmire goes, $50. Just, it's like she had 3 STDs. $40. And when we caught her, she wet herself. $50. Anywho, go ahead.
Yeah, so went watch shopping upon finding more electronic shit on eBay, and by golly, there's this very strange colored G-Shock watch, and it's like it's $50 instead of $100. Sure, I'll do that.
The savings.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Kaylin tried to pick me up that translucent gray and orange one for my birthday.
I think you showed me a picture
and
of that.
the transaction fell through. That thing looked super cool, but those apparently do not actually exist for $60. They exist for $130. And no, I do not wish to spend that much for that.
No, I mean...
I think 50 is a hard limit, and
Yeah.
the red G-Shock I have was 50 at Ross. Meanwhile, the same watch still exists in the wild, points elsewhere, eBay again, but for about 70.
I didn't realize Ross... Well, never mind. Ross sells everything, much like...
Yeah, it's
the other
difficult to pin anything down there, so I haven't managed to find more of the same cheap sneakers I've been finding for a while, or that dash-mounted tripod phone mount I like so much that I bought 4 or 5 of them.
That's cool.
Don't see that anymore, but those were $5 there, and those are 10 on eBay. Like, if it exists at Ross, it's going to be cheaper, but it is completely unreliable.
But...
The savings.
Steve, tell everybody what we're drinking while I get a pen and a paper.
Last year's model, Goose Island Bourbon County brand stout. Because why not? This was a Costco find, and apparently the savings are quite liking there when it's, $12 a bottle. So I bought one for this very occasion.
And I bought the same one from Total Wine today.
Also for $12. The Citra Hop, that good cheap IPA from Costco.
Yeah,
It's
the Costco
bad.
brand, right?
Yeah, it's a Costco. Yeah, it was like
Kirkland?
the one good Kirkland beer they've had.
Well, the brown one was good.
That grew on me, but
Yeah.
those are long gone. The Doppelbock was good, but that's been 5 years ago.
That's the one I liked. I thought it was the brown one, but it was definitely
the
Doppelbock.
IPAs were just generic pine water.
We've had one or two or a couple of those on here before.
But not the 2021 vintage, which is silly to think of 3 weeks ago as a vintage.
Yeah, really.
But that's also the last time we got together on this platform, so there's that.
It actually was. This is the first 2022 episode because
It's
life's been getting in the way. I was sick.
Yeah, but between illness, if not injury, or the need to sort of quarantine, that we've had a number of close calls lately.
Yeah, we really have. So it's good to be back. So while you pour that, I will say one of the new memes one of the things I found was, you can tell Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein were soulmates because she always finishes his sentences. Yeah. I'll be fat boy today. I had a ton of Mexican food. And then I took a nap. I didn't deserve either of those things today.
Sure you do. It's 46 and rainy, and tomorrow's going to be 28.
And I have 2 more shifts at my current store, and I'm
That's
done.
so cool that splash remaining in there.
All right. And
Katink.
yes. That is as delicious and raisiny and all the other good stuff Bourbon County. It is fantastic also on draft when we were in Chicago.
I was like,
Yeah. At
how
Goose
and
Island.
where did you find this on draft? From the source, of
From
course.
the source, yeah. It was really, really good. I think they're a conglomerate, or they're owned by Bud. I think Goose Island's owned by Budweiser.
Oh, well.
It didn't feel macro.
Yeah.
Like the tap room felt like,
Yeah, it's still its own thing, and now this has corporate backing. Oh, well. Speaking of things, boycott but not boycott, what do you feel like for dinner?
I think this is a loaded question, maybe?
No. This is complete non sequitur from what I'm about to present you.
Okay. Well, we could... I had Mexican, so I can't really go back to this. Well, I could go back to the same one, but then...
At the hall.
No.
or not.
No, it's just a...
Different.
We do,
anyway.
we do Hawthorns or Empire.
That totally works.
Okay. I like the wings better at Hawthorns. But I think I like the food option. There's more options. But the food at Hawthorne, I think overall I like Hawthorne's better, but Empire's
no slouch.
Empire actually has the better beer selection, and the service is faster. And their side salad is this fucking big.
However, I am kicking myself for having not picked up the $100 worth of gift cards for $70 at Costco while shopping there.
For Hawthorne's?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'd never seen that before. And then my last run through Costco a week ago didn't see any restaurant gift cards. So usually they're at least a 20% discount for whatever they have.
Right.
Like, I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that one because that would be fantabulous.
So it's closer to you.
Oh, yes.
So you're like, what happened to my beer?
Yeah. It's hiding behind the tablet.
It was hiding behind the tablet. So yeah, I start training next Monday. So it's Monday through Friday job. Woohoo! I'll be 36 years old next month. I've never had a Monday through Friday job, but I train at that store on South Boulevard with the trainer, who she's awesome. Last name's Patel. Guess you can't guess what nationality she is.
Sri Lankan.
How'd you guess? Did you shrink at that man, Gypsies? You remember that episode of Top Gear? I was a Family Guy. Trained there for a week, and then I go to my new store for a week, and then I'm on vacation. Can't really...
So then you can forget everything before you start the job.
Yes.
Nice.
I would rather train for 2 weeks. It's not going to take me 2 weeks to learn how to do this job. It's the same company. It's the same basic software. I already know how to do all the computer stuff. It's just kind of learning the job, so I'm not an idiot, so I'll figure that out. So what other news do you got, Steve?
Kayla and I got pre-approved for a house loan. We have no house picked out since the new neighborhood in Concord doesn't exist yet, but this weekend we would have had a virtual tour, but due to weather, that's been kibosh. Go kill that off if you want.
There's no more.
Okay, I thought there might have been a splash.
Hey,
yeah, that many.
Yeah, that. I do my thing.
But Tuesday have some sort of virtual tour, talking with the people, and have a realtor and a finance person with whom we're talking, and we'll see what happens since our credit scores came back in print. Quite respectable, to put it nicely.
Oh, good. Very good.
Been working real hard on that, and it's certainly better than either of my SAT scores were.
What is, where's the neighborhood?
Concord. So it's going to be at roughly Roberta and George Lyles.
Okay.
Which is around the corner from my job.
Yeah, and that's super easy to get
Kalen has no commute, and then I would have a very short commute. It would be 2 miles to get in and 4 miles to get home because I can't make a left turn leaving work.
Right.
And considering how much heavy truck traffic goes through there should be some better form of mitigation instead of this wanting to be interstate grade.
Yeah, mine is going from 7.2 miles to 2.2 miles.
Nice.
That's fantastic. And Emily's commute is, as you would say, kibosh, because she got laid off, but will be fine. She's already in the runnings for a new job, too, so she's got the resume out and all that good stuff. We'll be fine.
Yeah, meanwhile, anything with Kalen's company is vacant in Ohio. Not looking forward to that moving, huh? Nope, super.
No. There's nothing in Ohio besides the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that I have any interest in seeing. Cleveland would probably be fun to visit certain times of the year, this one being not ideal.
No, Columbus was fun in June for Nick's wedding 15 years ago, but also had Kirkman with me.
When y'all went, did you kill all the natives and take their land? Oh, wrong.
Killed all the beers.
That's acceptable. Well, yep, she'll be fine. We'll be fine. I got another source of it. And no, I don't have, this is my only week I have no shows this weekend, and I don't have another week like that now until the last week of April. So things are all right.
Sure enough. Also, I was wondering if you want to go to Wendy's instead.
I've seen those, and I have not tried them. Have you?
These are the Wendy's Spicy Chicken Pringles, but bought from a bargain store, so not directly sponsoring Kellogg. Sorry, folks.
Yes.
It's like, pick at this. Like, but these were $1 instead of $2.50. They totally taste the part.
They do.
I like these as much as the rotisserie chicken ones we found at the beach. Yes,
Okay.
This is your can.
This is my
when,
can.
When they're $1 a can, I bought a few, and I know where to find more.
The Mitch Hedberg Pringles original with tennis balls. Pringles is cool though. So when the potatoes showed up, they said, fuck it, cut them up. You know what it does? It just smells like a barbecue chips. So.
It's the one time I won't yell at you for eating on
Oh
mic.
my god, it tastes like a fucking chicken. That is insane. That's really good. It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah. So apparently, pre-strike Pringles are delicious.
We had them at one time, and then they just went away. That's bananas how they do that. That's fantastic. Because it's not like you just taste the spice. You taste the chicken, too.
And even the rotisserie chicken ones tasted the part.
I had to explain to one of our employees one time that the chicken and a biscuit crackers had chicken in them. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, read the ingredients, man. It has chicken in it. He's like, I don't taste chicken. I'm like, I didn't make them, man.
Once you've cooked and dried and powderized something, there's at least something there to make it not vegan friendly.
We used to be
which sounds really strange to have your potato chips, not vegan friendly.
We used to be assholes to the new stockers when they had to face the like, all right, go block aisle 1 with salad dressing. I was like, but you have to make sure that the salad dressing's all mixed up, so that front row, just shake the bottle up, make sure it's nice and not settled to the bottom. They're like, okay. And you see them shaking to fucking put them back. And then, like, about 30 minutes later, they'd go back over the ones that keep shaking. I was like, man, you don't have to do that. We were just fucking we're just fucking with you, dude. Ugh.
Meanwhile, grocery stores in L.A. don't have to worry about that.
Nah, no, they don't. Shake and Bake USA. Steve, if you don't have anything else to share, and I don't think I do, I think we've caught everybody up on the fucking wacky 3 weeks we've had. Is it time to do the news?
I've been hunting lots of raspberry pies and found some more cheaply than others because apparently those little boards are now pushing $100 a pop. And that's just the board, not with controllers and power and case and accessories and memory card.
Well, controllers are what, 25, 30? Or?
Not even.
Oh, really?
What I managed to find have been, that might have been like 15, but like some of the more brand name ones, yes, but thanks to Gridwell Hunting, I've amassed a lot of controllers much more cheaply. The
ergonomically, though, it's hard to beat the PlayStation controller. Just because your natural
there's a reason that the original DualShock doesn't look terribly different from a PS5 controller.
No,
except now they did away with the buttons in the middle and some sort of weird pad. I don't need a touchpad screen on my PlayStation, but also I've not bothered playing much Station since 2.
Yeah, well, I haven't since you gave me that one.
Yeah, it's like I played very little when I lived with Adam. He had a 3 and a 4, and then those got stolen, so insurance bought him a new 3 and 4.
Yeah, and then the Dreamcast controllers, like brushing your teeth left-handed.
That was
horrible.
The precursor to the awful Xbox controller.
It's just not. Yeah, the Atari controller.
Well, I talked about the non-Pi system I bought, like one of the last things I bought at the old location of the Grid.
I think so.
That it was Super Console X, including this cheap Android box that had a loaded 256 gig game card on it and an Xbox USB controller. The whole collection was $10. The card, completely vacant, $30.
Jeez.
And the controller, standalone, easily 10 or 20. The box itself, don't really know, don't really care. It couldn't run the Dreamcast games that were on it.
Yikes.
So it was a gutless Supreme.
Sega had a GT game. It was called Sega GT. It was supposed to be like a Gran Turismo. It sucked balls.
Segagged.
It was terrible. Every car handled the same. Front wheel drive, it didn't matter. It was just a horrible fucking game. It was a horrible console, horrible controller. And I love Sega.
What was that on the Genesis?
No, that was a Dreamcast. Yeah, that was a Dreamcast. I never played a Saturn, though. Or Sega CD. Remember that?
By proxy, you can. Stay tuned.
Ooh, neat. Also, before we get started with the news, there's a video, I think it was on Unilad. I think I've seen that circulating, that name.
Yeah, not Big Univision.
No. Sunday, miércoles. A guy goes around with a bunch of Hot Wheels cars, and he finds other people's cars and then puts them on there and then videotapes their reaction. That's amazing. I need to find a white 4-door Wrangler and just keep it in the Jeep.
I'm sure that exists somewhere.
I'm sure it does.
Back in the Cars and Coffee days when we were going, somebody had the Roadrunner.
Yeah.
They had the small Roadrunner, and then an even tinier Roadrunner on top of that. And then the Roadrunner plush, and was playing that awful Roadrunner song. It's like it was the everything.
It's too bad he wasn't playing metal songs from Roadrunner Records. That'd be boss.
Hey, that's.
I think we just found the solution.
All right, Cars and Coffee. It's still going now, or has returned. Sure as hell wasn't going. The second Saturday in January when it was 28 out.
Nah.
It's like, no, I haven't been to one since about a month after I moved into the house. So that's been 4 years since I've been to one. So I definitely would like to go to one, but this with at the time crazy job and everything being further away, being airport zone.
The best one was Music Factory.
Yeah,
by far. It wasn't cut up weirdly. It was centrally located, not on the moon. But now I don't have a car cool enough to go and park with everybody. Everybody's got a fucking Wrangler.
You could practice your wonky parking, and I always enjoy the Wrangler stack.
That is fun. But I don't have the aftermarket suspension for that sort of wheel travel on stockies. I would genuinely worry it would tip over. And I don't possess the capital to replace it.
Yeah, meanwhile, somebody with a highlighter green one at work has been parking on top of all the snowplow mountains. So whoever has the highlighter green Wrangler is having fun with this.
That's cool until it's like 60 degrees one day, and then it melts at a different rate, and then I would be worried about that.
It's sufficiently beefed up. Should I see it tomorrow doing something interesting, I'll take a picture.
Please do, because I won't remember. Steve, let's do the news.
But when I take that picture, should I use a filter?
Yes. We'll use the SpongeBob filter on Patrick level. By the way, Richard Patrick's, I think, an asshole from what I've heard. I don't know. Would the internet lie?
Maybe.
Steve, December of 2021, new car prices are now averaging $47,100 an average transaction price. $47,000. Average. That means that's average. Emily and I did our part to buy a cheap car because hers was out the door, $27,500. Like tax tag, title, warranty, dealer what package, maintenance package, all that shit, $27,500 out the door.
Not the $5,000 ADM.
No, no. Those guys can suck a big old barrel of dicks. Who's buying these things? Because that's average. So, could you imagine going to?
For what it's worth, I am currently working for one of the driving forces in all prices going up. But
true,
the fact that manufacturing has plummeted.
Yes,
just supply and demand, y'all.
Yeah.
And go ahead, look up any car on the Vana. Lots of them already have purchase pending.
Yeah, so it's almost like the lots you see when houses are being built.
Yeah.
As soon as the shovel hits the ground, it's like lots old. I mean, it's what it is.
And that's a real threat for imaginary house.
You'll just have
over
to
in
have
South
one fucking
Concord.
build almost.
Kalen's gung-ho on new construction, considering how much trouble we've had with our 40-year-old rental.
That makes complete sense. When we bought this, it was over what I wanted to spend. Like we afforded it, but like I was like, I kind of wanted something a little bit cheap. But you know what? We moved in. We didn't have to paint anything. You didn't have to update. Everything was done, and I was like, well, okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
so, worked out for the
so
best.
in the meantime, it's eating an air conditioner,
both of them, and the furnace.
So all right, there goes our HVAC.
But that, I mean, if they last as long as the last one did, because those were the original units built. It was built in 07.
Okay.
So the last one lasted till 2020. So 13. So if I get another, if I don't have to replace another one until 2034, then I think I'm.
Yeah. So if you're getting $500 a year out of it.
Yeah, something like that. And the home warranty, it sounds good in theory, but like buying one on a brand new house is kind of stupid if it's brand new.
Yeah.
But if they're going to throw it in, like on a go ahead. But I don't know. That's been the biggest. That's been the biggest one I think we've spent on this house. Got a little water damage, not water damage, but you remember that storm a couple weeks ago? Really, really heavy rain and wind.
Yeah.
Right near the liquor cabinet downstairs, near the AC vent thing. There's a little bit of. I mean, it's a spot like that big, and then another spot that big. So I'm just gonna spray over that with some Kills, and it's not soaked through or anything. Just wind sucks.
It's just water coming through the ducts. It was so forceful.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. It was fine.
It's not like you discovered a leak from upstairs.
No, not at all. It was directly after that storm, so that was the driving process. By the way, welcome to the Insurance Hour. Toyota is debuting the new Sequoia for 2023 model year, and I have to ask, why?
Well, we're not going to sell you a Land Cruiser or a Land Cruiser. You can buy yourself a Lexus LX 600.
The
same
Forerunner
diff.
still exists.
Uh-huh.
And
you can get it with a third row, but it's still very similar to its 2003 self.
Yes, but I don't understand having two such similar. At least with Ford, when they had the Explorer, the Expedition, and the Excursion, there was a noticeable size difference.
This is also Tacoma to Tundra sizing.
True.
And
but
Tundras are massive.
They are, and I think it's going to be on the Tundra
Yeah,
platform.
well, the Sequoia already has been.
Right.
Yeah. There's been styling differentiations along the way, but ever since the Sequoia debuted, it was based on the Tundra. Like, Gray's dad still has a first-year Sequoia with 300,000 miles on it.
Probably could go another 300.
Uh-huh. Yeah, John's very happy with his purchase.
What would a brand new Sequoia do that a brand new Forerunner would not?
Comfortably seat 7. Because the seat, if you have a third row in a Forerunner, it is seating for amputees.
Yeah,
it is snug.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but 20 years ago I would have had a different opinion. But now, if I needed that much space, I'd buy a minivan.
Yep. And you know what? They've got a Sienna for that.
Yes.
It's just the continuation of the American love affair with big-ass sport utes. It's the new thing that is the better Yukon Expedition that, it's more expensive and better built, so there's not as many of them.
But yeah, we're both in minivan camp. If you're buying it for comfort and size and traveling,
you said shaggin' whackin' awful funny.
Gig T with a capital, all the letters.
No, that said, confronted with that, I would want a 78 Suburban with a manual and a 350 in it.
I was gonna go like
just
80.
a completely ridiculous thing.
Yeah,
was it Mike Musto was talking about that on TST?
I still haven't listened to much TST lately.
The episode before last, he was talking about taking a former Forest Service vehicle and fixing it up, and then taking it all over the place.
You want to split a tall boy?
Sure.
I have a lot of good honey pies there.
It's tall person, thank you.
They released honey pie, but I've got some other shit in there too.
I'll do some other shit. I got a feeling the honey pie can't taste that much different than where that last can I have in my fridge from 2018 is.
So it's dealer's choice. Like anything you want to pick. Well, you're going to be delivering it, so
That'd be the picker upper. I was like, I'm working for something of a dealer, but that's neither here nor there.
Yes, the used dealer. And I don't think
Yes.
I don't necessarily think Carvana is responding to. They're not making it more expensive. They're responding to the market by making them more expensive. Because if people are, I'll tell you what, if somebody came in and goes, AJ, I'll give you $20,000. I'll give you $20,000 for all 4 of those guitars on the wall. I'll be like, okay. Like, I don't have to tell them that it's not really worth that much money. That's not my problem. Stuff's only worth what people will buy.
Which has been really funny to see any car of my make, model, like a vintage, but with half the miles, is now $20,000 on that website. I've seen them go as high as 25.
God damn it.
Brand new in 2017, that was a $20,000 car.
Jesus. I think honestly, before everything goes electric, I think I might have my like forever daily driver. Because the Pentastar V6 is kind of, I hate to say this and risk it, but they put that engine in every fucking thing. And they don't do that with shitty engines. So it's a good engine. It's a very beefy platform. It's not going to like completely fall as long as you take care of it. So I might just have like my last vehicle before I have to buy an electric car. Emily probably will too. I still like the idea of electric cars during the week, and then the Cars and Coffee on the weekend have all the vintage and cool shit. That's an ICE engine. Like,
yeah,
so.
there's no way that mainstream electrification is going to catch on with the way the infrastructure is.
No, there's not.
And self-driving is an even bigger hell no.
No. Steve, I bought this, and it caught my eye. It's Ass Clown, Stay Positive, Imperial Stout with cocoa... Sorry, Key Cat. With cocoa nibs, coconut, and vanilla beans. How could I not buy this? Oh, look how... The only reason I was suggesting the honey pie is so we could break up stout with stout, but I don't think we're going to be that fancy today.
Do it next, if at all. Or I got Sam Adams Winter in my cooler as well.
Cool. Yeah, I looked at all the tall boys I bought.
Leftover from Thanksgiving.
I'm like, so I shouldn't have bought all these tall boys. I do have a 10W40, just chocolate. It's just called chocolate. So this might just be a dark-ass episode.
Well, considering the weather, it's kind of perfect.
Yeah, really.
That,
by the way,
lost power for 3 hours on Sunday.
Saw that. It is quite liberating to go into work and not have to fucking care. I still do enough work to help my guys out, but boy, it's nice to just cruise control it. My boss kind of was halfway picking at me and everything. She said, "Well, I got a couple of candidates to look at hiring." She goes, AJ hardly ever has to hire anybody. She said, "When was the last time you hired somebody?" I said, "I don't have to. My people stay."
Or apply some internal combustion engine to that wound.
That's excellent. It's not as it's got more carbonation. It has that a little more not burn to it, but it has that taste. But like the Bourbon County kind of goes down like a smoother stout, and this one's good. And to me, I don't know how you feel about Ass Clown. I kind of feel like Ass Clown is really big hit, or just
when they're good, they're good, and when they're bad, they're more than happy to sell you their failed experiment. It's
just sometimes weird, just weird to be weird. Like okay, I mean, I know you can brew a beer with cactus prickles, but should we do that? Like,
no, use the rest of your agave portion to do something amazing.
The agave. I'm so aggravating. Steve, I was surprised that it wasn't higher than this, but Bring a Trailer just shattered their previous record of most expensive car sold, and it was a Porsche Carrera GT. But what was the old record? What was the new? It's going to give it away.
I saw the headline, but not the
price.
Price, yeah.
So how much did it sell? I thought it would be higher than that. You would think on Bring a Trailer, but it's not Barrett Jackson.
Yeah.
So Bring a Trailer is different. By the way, it's sold at no reserve either. So they put this thing on. They put the Carrera GT on for no reserve, and it sold for this price. What was the price?
$1 million.
Up.
$2
million. I figured it would have gone higher than that because the previous record was a Porsche Carrera GT for $1.9 million. But that one had a reserve, I think. This one had no reserve and sold for $2 million. I thought it would have been a much higher. Like, if it was only going to go for that, if you have by the way, top tip, rich people, if you're listening, if you have a Porsche Carrera GT, take it to Barrett Jackson. You'll probably get more money for it. Wouldn't have you?
I don't know, man. It's not a 63 split window.
Indeed. Wouldn't you
Because
have
Barrett
thought
Jackson's still very muscle car heavy.
It is, but like I imagine it would have gone higher. Like I would have thought it would have been higher than $2 million, wouldn't you? Like when you think bring a trailer and Carrera GT, I mean, they keep getting wrecked. So
Yeah.
you're not going to walk her away from that accident. It's not too soon. It's been like fucking decades.
Well, then we can bring out the obligatory Walker versus White joke.
Yes.
What's the difference between Paul Walker and Betty White? Paul Walker hit 100 before he died.
Yes. So did Ryan Dunn. But that was a 911 GT3. By the way, the new Jackass looks fucking hilarious because
Jackass forever.
Oh,
it's like all the surviving members getting back together to do what it is that they do.
I don't think Bam is there though. But Bam looks more and more like his dad now because he put on all that weight, and that's
all right. He and Brendan Fraser are going to team up, and we can't tell them apart.
Seek. I love the acronym for
the yummy.
Can't Kill Yourself. Such a great name.
CKY.
CKY. I love it. Mazda has Mazda patent new. Take two.
Mazda severed himself from Ford in 2015, and then what happened?
Mazda patent hints at a hybridized 3-rotor engine for an upcoming rear-wheel drive vehicle. Boy, hey, do you want your rotary car to be less reliable? Make it a hybrid. RX-9.
No, place your bets now with the RXE.
Probably, because EX is lame, and it has to be an RX model. So,
no, EX is the fancy version of a Honda. Can't get the wires crossed there. They're not
then
even
the
using
EXL.
GT now. It's just like, it's the Mazda 3 Premium or whatever dog shit naming they have for these cars.
I think Jeep gets it right with naming as far as trim levels go, because they're actual names and not alphanumeric hogwash. I can't imagine a hybrid.
That said, I'm still waiting on my GER.
Yeah.
Gazoo, Masters of the Nürburgring. Like, why'd you name yourselves off the alien from the Flintstones?
No, the girl was the dog on fucking Invader Zim. Remember that show?
Never saw it, but I know what you're talking about.
My buddy Chris Pilata, whom I haven't seen or heard from in like fucking 4 years, and I need to
See also Chris Pilarski.
That too. We know what he's doing. He is somewhere in his meme cave. And whatever. They're good people, him and Amber. I wonder if they were going to tie the knot. That'd be could you imagine a meme-based wedding from them? I could. What meme would you dress up as if it was a meme-based wedding? Way to put you on the spot here. I might be a rage comic. Or we could be the Spider-Men pointing at each other.
That I like that.
I love that one.
Or I'm an astronaut, you're an astronaut. Which one gets the gun?
Always
has been.
I love it.
This is gonna be out of this world.
The ones Russia's entirely bears on unicycle. Always has been. You know what? A hybrid. Actually, now that I think about it, a hybrid RXE would be great because when your engine blows up, you can just drive
plug it in.
You can just drive it electric. Yeah.
Or the alternative, should your batteries give out, you've still got the noisy gas motor. And being a 3-rotor, it's gonna scoot. Like they've been stacking rotaries together to do whatever it is that they do for theoretically unlimited RPMage until you're out of oil.
The racing engines were 4-rotor, which is bananas. Still unreliable. Sorry, Mark. Next.
Yeah, well, he likes it so much he didn't buy one.
Yeah, really. Rotary swap.
Like
fucking Panther platform Coyote. It'd be great. The car this big and the engine's like this big.
The RXM.
Steve
it's going to be the most unholiest of Ford Mazda creatures.
Yeah, really. Steve, raise your glass for this next guy. Jeff Case of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, is traveling around his city and fixing cars for veterans and those in need at no charge. Jeff Case. Hats off to you, buddy, of Harrisburg, PA.
I just drove through Harrisburg, NC, and nothing happened.
It's well, traffic happens in Harrisburg, in NC.
Yeah, during one of my Lowe's and Vortex runs, there was a crash right in front of both of those along 49.
Really?
That all hell broke loose. Like, well, I managed to eke out there to make it to the store. It's like, cool. I'm going to make my right turn to go south out of here and dodge all that. I'll make it to Harrisburg Hardware never.
That place is just like your typical old school. Yeah. Speaking of crashes, I was after a gig and I was at McDonald's on the corner of Lawyers, right near my.
It was a digital crash, so you're okay.
Okay, so right near my new store, where it's going to be. So I was at that McDonald's, and then I pull up to the window. He hands me my drink, and all of a sudden you hear, and then you just, like we both looked, and like two guys get out and take off running out of the car, and then I turned to look at the guy, and the guy goes, "I'm about to get off, and I have to go that way home." And I started laughing. It was so funny the way it was just like, that's what happened. He's like, I have to go that way home.
There's no shortage of alternative routes, bud.
I know, but it was perfect timing.
Do you have a cell phone? Do you have Waze? For the love of dog, just make it recalculate until you just avoid it.
It looks
just keep going until you scoot through some neighborhood.
Yeah.
Pay attention to stray children, parked cars. It's going to be okay.
He was so defeated. So I have to go that way home. So Ford has recalled 200,000 cars amid issues with the brake lights just staying on.
It's the alternative.
Yeah, it really does. But I don't remember which Ford cars it was.
I was going to say, which vehicles had this happen?
I don't remember. I think it was some of the Mustangs, and then I don't think it was any of the trucks, but that kind of takes out any other cars.
Chunk of them, because Fiesta, Focus, Fusion all got kiboshed.
Yep. That was last year? Or is it for this model year?
I know I saw 2020 Fusions. 21, I don't know. Like they managed to change the front end of the Focus, the Fusion, just enough to mess it up. So it like had that same goofy looking like new Escape thing, where it's just it was a totally okay looking car, and now it's not.
Sure. Why did they make a Fusion and not a Fission and just have a nuclear theme?
Other possible names for the Mustang Mache.
Which shouldn't have been. Sorry, it just shouldn't have been. It's Energy Drink Monster Beverage Corporation is entering the alcoholic drink market through a $330 million deal for craft beer and hard seltzer producer Canarchy Craft Brewery Collective, LLC.
Because that worked so well for Four Loko.
Yeah, I don't...
You can either have it caffeinated or be boozy.
I like the Monster Java. Those are great, the coffee ones. The other ones just kind of taste like kerosene. I'm
going to say it's a little heart attacky.
Yeah. No,
Meanwhile, my business's corporate neighbor is going to be a Red Bull plant, also in the old Philip Morris joint.
Interesting.
And starting pay is going to likely cannibalize further operations that have been a bit stifled due to people quitting, people being quarantined, people actually being sick. It's been a very quiet last month there.
Yeah, I get so tired of hearing customers like, they say we're shorthanded, and they go, well, nobody wants to work. I'm like, no, most people do actually want to do something. I told he's a regular. He's like, nobody wants to work, do they? I was like, well, hold on a second. Like, they don't want to work for what we're offering them. I said, because I have to put up with the shittiest people every day. They're entitled. They'll go to the hot bar, eat chicken bones, and then throw chicken bones down on my displays. They don't care about you. They don't care about the store. And you have to put up with this every day and put on a happy face. And nobody's going to do that shit for $12 fucking an hour.
You haven't hired a chicken wing bar security officer?
The thing is, you can't say anything to anybody because they might have a gun or something, or they might hit you. Like you never, or you might be on the next video on YouTube where you just get knocked the fuck out. And I'm sorry, it's just not worth it.
Build a security bot, or you know what? We'll do the bar again. You get everything prepackaged and go fuck yourself.
Yep, that's the hat. Or they'll a lady will get a banana and then hand it to their kid to eat going around the store. I'm like, those are by the pound. We'll pay for it when we get up there. How? How will you pay? Did you weigh your son before and after?
Yeah.
No. So yeah, people want to work, but the thing is, I've been doing this shit a long time, so I'm used to it. But your average,
how's your fuse, or how was it prior to next week's news? Pretty short.
Yeah,
pretty short.
Yeah. I don't have to deal with that as shit anymore. No, I'll have to a little bit. I'll see it because I'll be on the floor a little bit, sales floor a little bit. Most of the time, I'm going to be in the back room. I won't have to deal with that anymore.
Yeah, like most of my customer-facing jobs were fairly cushy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 5 years valeting, mostly at fancy restaurants, particularly the Palm.
Yeah.
And very little shitheadery in those ranks.
And more importantly, last weekend, I took the weekend off before of my last week because I make the schedule and go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And my guys know how they know that I'm tired of it and they don't want to do it either. I'm keying them all in raises before I leave.
Nice. I remember seeing something about someone who'd been working in management that approved all vacation requests before she left. It's like, don't even know for what time frame, but just green light everything, no holds barred. Good luck.
Well, my boss also said, she goes, I can't believe they gave you top pay to do a job you don't know how to do. I said, well, A, I'll get a week of training, and B, I didn't have any experience before you hired me. Must have been all that charm I laid on. Just getting my money's worth at this point.
How many times must we fake it till we make it?
Well, the thing is...
And for the fact, how difficult a job do you expect this is going to be?
It's going to be an entire load off of my back. Quite literally, actually, because...
I currently have a lot to do, but it's not difficult.
No.
And, some projects have no time frame. Mm-hmm. Some have got till the end of the month. We're just going to get there.
Because I think my two strongest points in, a work field, not music at all, but, as far as, my personal two best attributes are, I'm excellent speaker. I'm good with people, and I'm super organized. So, to me, organization takes all of the. If you're organized, I feel like those other problems take care of themselves. If you know where things are and how things operate, and your organization is on point, I think everything else kind of takes care of itself at that point. Would you agree with that? Yep. Cool. You tell Kaylin we're going to Hawthorne's or fucking Empire.
I was writing up the tagline from Empire Records, actually.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So, down to man, said the Empire.
To Empire? Okay. That works for me. They have the better beer selection, too. And it's closer.
Yeah. She's a fan of the watch.
That's amazing. Almost Hornets colors. By the way, I'm doing Hornets colors on our...
Yeah, for those of you watching, let's see if this really exists. The first is the one that she tried to order me.
New York has passed a law to allow open container sales of beer and wine at cinemas, and to which I say, that shit was illegal? Yeah. They could not have beer or alcohol in movie theaters. But North Carolina
that's
can.
Only been...
Cinnabar.
I know, but... And then other ones after that starting to do that.
Mm-hmm.
What, the last 10 years?
Sounds about right, I guess, yeah.
I
was surprised.
Cinnabar, that was their shtick, and then now you could do it at AMC's and Regals, and it's become much more widespread. But
I've been happy with. You've been to Cinnabar, haven't
you?
It kind of doesn't have as high of ratings as some of the AMC theaters, but I've always had really good experiences there.
They had a really good idea that's easily ripped off. Hi, car delivery.
Yeah. I've been. It's a movie theater, So, and it's movie theater food. So as long as it's tasty,
Yeah.
don't expect too much culinary prowess, maybe. Although, the food truck from last night, you have to go to next time they're at Pour 64. It was What It Do cuisine. It's a soul food place.
English homes. All right.
There, it's that kind of English. Hooked on Ebonics really worked for them, yo. I had the saltwater fries. It was
A what?
seasoned fries with a Cajun crab cream sauce on top with shrimp and andouille. My man, that shit was boss.
Nice.
It was great. And they have like the flounder fish, or the flounder sandwich. They have like they have the wings, and you can get like the crab cream sauce on top of the smoked wings. And I got that last time. I'll let you know next time, and then you and Kay and me will go, and Emily can go to Chick-fil-A and get chicken nuggets.
Oh, they don't have like the plain Jane fried chicken option, or too spicy.
That. Former Philadelphia Flyers and St. Louis Blues player Chris Pronger celebrates his jersey retirement in St. Louis with a chugging of a beer in front of the home crowd. Because hockey. Are you a hockey fan?
If I were to pay attention to any sport, that would be up there.
Yeah. It's
that.
You ever been to a game?
This is. Yeah, I've been to. Whatever the Greensboro team was back in the day. I've been to a few of the Charlotte ones. It's been forever and a day. But yes, the Checkers with the teddy bear.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what's the teddy bear's name?
Chubby.
Chubby Checker. I love that. Jameson is releasing. Now
What I would have done was make an anthropomorphic taxi cab.
Yes, that. Jameson has released
Chubby
Jameson
Checker
Orange,
marathon.
a flavored whiskey, Jameson Orange.
Well, considering my love of old fashions, that totally works.
Absolutely. I don't think it's in stores over here yet, but it has been released. So I think Jameson is still made and released out of Ireland, if last I checked.
That's famously the Irish whiskey, so that makes sense.
I wonder how the whiskey purists of Sláinte land feel about flavored whiskey. I wonder if they're weird about it.
Yeah. Or Mater's happy it's export only. Who knows?
Well, I'm same way with like the Knob Creek Maple. I wonder if the bourbon people are like, well, you shouldn't like. If it's good, it's good. Don't care.
Or vodka purists, like, oh, pay no attention to what
Smirnoff. Those Russians.
Yeah. Pay no attention to what Smirnoff's been doing forever or Absolute's been doing forever.
I think given the choice, I think I'd rather have Absolute than Smirnoff, but it's still vodka.
Yeah.
I have trouble deciphering.
I'd rather have juniper flavored vodka. It's called gin.
Isn't that the Fifth Planet?
Yes.
Oh, that's Jupiter. Never mind. Wine costs are to rise amid glass bottle shortages. And to which I reply, why not just put them in
a box? Yeah, like my official drink of quarantine.
Nothing would please me more.
Adult Capri Suns. Like, there's. Have you seen the one at Total Wine that isn't even box? It is a 1.5 liter bag from France.
That's amazing.
It's $12 and it's awesome. Never mind, for that same $12, I could get a 3 liter box.
Nothing would please me more than having a sommelier or somebody drinking a fucking $2,000 bottle of wine out of a fucking box with a little tap on it. Nothing would please me more in the world.
What's the most expensive one I've seen so far? At Lowe's Foods, at one point, the game box was $40 for a 3 liter.
Is it like in a GameCube shape?
It's like standard, 1 by 1 by 2 dimensions box.
Yeah.
But with like puzzles written on the box, hence the name.
Interesting.
And it didn't suck. It's like for $40, I wouldn't buy it. No. But for $25, I would, because then it's still, for $6 bottles.
Right.
And that's still pretty cheap.
Are there any wine cubes?
Yes, there is actually a brand. I think there's a brand called Wine Cube. It's at Target.
Of course it is.
And it's $18. Yeah.
Interesting.
And you could get a sweet red that would definitely be up your alley.
Cool.
And perhaps a sangria.
That would be up Emily's alley. We had, I bought her a bottle of mead today from Total Wine. I hope she likes the mead. Have you been to Buzz Viking yet?
No.
You need to. Their mead is so good.
Speaking of local breweries.
Yes.
Step one, there's going to be a brewery opening walking distance from here sometime in the near future. Panzu.
Yes.
That must be that giant crater on 51 just past the police station. Yes. And step two, Farmill Brewing is expanding operations into downtown Concord.
No shit.
In the old Creamery building.
Interesting. Well, they still won't call me back for music, but...
Oh. Call you what?
Well, we played there for like 4 months straight, and then nobody was ever there. And then now they won't call me back. But I'm doing...
Isn't that building the size of this room?
It is. And the thing is, I think I'm doing all right if I have everything booked from now until April.
Yeah.
Now we're into music moves. Music moves.
Moves.
Bono admits he does not like the name U2 and finds his voice mostly cringy. Now,
you, world-renowned pacifist, yourself for a spy plane.
I like the good U2 hits.
Yeah.
Shit from the Joshua Tree.
The first dozen years definitely had their share of amazing things.
Still haven't found what I'm looking for. It's so great.
Fell off the ears.
Yeah, because Vertigo is horrible, and I would rather listen to Gilbert Gottfried sing the dictionary to me than listen to that. Only because the opening line sucks. Uno, dos, tres, catorce. 1, 2, 3, 14.
No, it's 1, 2, pi.
Yeah. Have you seen the pie cake? It was a cake, but the cake was
in the
pie.
shape of the pie symbol.
Yeah. It's pie. It's cake. It's pie. It's cake. It's pie cake.
I never played Half-Life, but something in there is the cake is a lie. It's like the cake is a pie.
Cake or pie?
Pie.
Me too.
Which
pie?
Key lime.
Key lime.
Which is basically bridging the gap between that and cheesecake. That's more of a pie.
Yeah, cheesecake's pie.
Cheese pie.
Well, pie doesn't have crust.
Then a cheese pie
Pie
becomes a completely different thing.
Yes, cake doesn't have crust, so cheesecake is pie. I don't know of a cake that has crust.
Or that one time I tried to make a shepherd's pie with a crust, and that was delicious, but a lot of work.
Was it an actual shepherd's pie or was it cottage pie? With beef?
It was cottage pie,
Gotcha.
but no one
I hate
bothers.
to be that kind of.
Meanwhile, I have a generously proportioned, misnamed cottage pie from Costco. $18 for this.
Jesus.
Yeah, like the same size as their $19 chicken pot pie.
Yeah.
It's good for about 8 servings.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So the Good Mythical Morning guys had Will It Quesadilla episode yesterday. Was it yesterday or Monday? It was one of these days this week, and they had a ramen quesadilla. And so they made ramen noodle tortillas and then had like ramen chicken and like the seasoning cheese packet on the inside. And I was like, that sounds amazing.
That sounds like a happy heart attack.
And very salty, yes.
Yeah.
I am craving some
meanwhile,
wings.
I've been making really fancy ramen.
Yeah.
By that I mean just putting a boiled egg in it.
More for you. My fries came with a boiled egg yesterday, and I promptly gave it to Brian. I just don't like the consistency.
How's he doing?
Fantastic. Everything's good. He gave me the virtual tour of the virtual tour. He showed me the video of the builder's video that they sent of the
new Tampa compound.
Yeah, where the lanai and their pool is going to be out back. It has roughly the square footage of this house, but it's 1 story. So that's going to be a fucking like wide house. But he's like, yeah, I'm done with stairs at this point. I'm like, I don't blame you, I guess. But those are the 2 most expensive things to build on a house are the foundation and the roof.
Yep.
So, but he said that's going to be there forever until they retire somewhere else. So I was like, okay, go ahead and splurge a little.
To where? Florida?
Probably somewhere else, somewhere smaller. David Coverdale is the most recent artist to sell all of his rights to his catalog. Can't imagine there's that much Whitesnake material unless there's...
well, he's been around forever and had, 3-4 giant hits?
He did, and I wonder if he got any writing credits for anywhere else, because he's... meanwhile,
this phone being the Samsung Galaxy X Cover Pro, which that sounds like some sort of rejected Final Fantasy spell. I named the phone Coverdale, and this tablet being the Samsung Galaxy Tab A7, I named it Seven Dust.
I was going to say Avenged Sevenfold, A7.
Not feeling that fascist.
Are they?
It's not good.
Oh, really?
It's not good.
I didn't know that. The singer or the whole band?
At least the singer.
I think Sinister Gates, the guitar player, is actually pretty cool guy.
I mean, M Shadows is already a pretty fake name, so...
They're all fake names.
What?
You think his name is
You're not...
Sinister
AJ.
Gates with 2 Y's?
Sinister Gates.
I guess I understand pseudonyms, but I don't know if I'm cool enough to have a pseudonym. Like, although AJ's a nickname, but it's literally the initials to my names. It's not. I'm not like.
Or imagine if I happen to pick up a Mercedes convertible. Hi, I'm SL and I drive an SL.
Yeah, I mean, like, how you doing?
I'd have better luck with an Edsel.
How you doing? Intro day. Yes, I'm Skullfuck. How's it going? No, you're not. You're AJ. Go fuck yourself. Like, people that know you, that'd be
New
worse.
year, new me.
That would be like people that know you.
Skullfuck Holt to you.
Well, Johnny Knoxville's name is John something else, but
He's
from Knoxville, Tennessee.
It was actually John Chattanooga.
He's from Tennessee, so it makes more. Chattanooga doesn't. Every time I think
too many
Chattanooga,
syllables.
I think of that.
The train.
No, I think
Volkswagen
of,
plant.
No,
I-59.
tobacco. Chattanooga chew that my dad used to chew. I don't think he chews tobacco anymore. Anyway, Spencer L. Dern, the Nirvana baby, lawsuit dismissed, but he's refiled the lawsuit.
Sounds like he's cocky.
Get a fucking life. You can't capitalize and make money off of this and then later decide you're not okay with it. Especially since it's not what you say it is. It's just fucking not. Like, there's no exploitation. It was an album cover.
Yeah. It was like there's a whatever statute of naked baby thing that up to a year old, like, it doesn't matter. Like, we've all seen birth videos.
Yeah.
This couldn't have been that far removed from it.
Nope.
Meanwhile, George Washington is also going to come back from the dead and also sue the band for his likeness being on that cover.
Like, get a fucking life, man. Like, I don't know. You think the guy on the Pantera vulgar display of power is going to sue for them punching him in the face 20 times to get the right? Because that's what they did. Hold that thought, Steve. I'm going to get the very far right one because I don't think you read that one, and it sounds great.
Okay.
Keep them entertained while I get this beer.
Why?
What if I said please?
Oh, well, put it that way.
It's not a stout.
Never mind, that would have been at the beginning of Jim Carrey's heyday.
There you go.
Dream Cycle from Noda.
I've never seen this one.
I might have had it on draft once upon a time, but I'm not gonna hold anything to that.
West Coast.
Speaking of, my friend Lindsay, who used to work for NODA, just moved to Mobile, Alabama with her beau.
On purpose?
At least it's on the coast, and something about family stuff on his end.
So when you're in Mobile, when you go to sleep at night, do things circle around your bed so you can go to sleep early? Dreamsicle IPA is a West Coast style IPA. Marries the intensity of Amarillo and Centennial and Citra hops with the sweetness of vanilla and orange peel, like a creamsicle.
Like that music venue in Asheville to which I'd never been.
I haven't either, actually.
Because the one time I tried to go there was to see Queens of Stone Age, and I didn't have a ticket and couldn't find any scalpers, and it was raining. It's like, screw this. I'm just going to camp out at Mike and Claudia's and have dinner.
They are not
and
coming.
Try to explain to them what the hell this band I was trying to see was.
They are not coming anywhere near here, but Slipknot and Ginger are going to be on a... Yeah, Ginger, the hot Ukrainian chick. They're going to be on a tour. I'm like, I would love to go see... I would like to have seen the original Slipknot lineup, but that's not
You mean
possible.
to tell me you can roll the clock back to 2004 and see them in Winston-Salem?
You jackass. That smells really good. It smells like a creamsicle.
I was there for Fear Factory. It's like, well, let's have the opportunity, and was a bit terrified.
Yeah, that smells just like a creamsicle. Well, Steve, that's amazing.
That'll do, Piglet. That'll do.
War Piglet.
Yes.
Former Coal Chamber bassist Raina Foss was reported missing, only to later retweet that she, in fact, was not missing. She was like, "What? Wait a second. Hold on. All right, no, I'm not missing." Have you listened to much Coal Chamber?
No.
It is entertaining, but it's your typical Cookie Monster vocal nu metal band. And it's kind of cringy to watch the videos.
Well, I just turned 40, so it sounds like I'm Danny Glover here.
Now, it's entertaining. Like, nu metal is anything but not entertaining, but it's just like the worst part of all. And the thing is, I still enjoy like the song Loco and Big Truck. You don't remember the songs?
No.
Yeah, it's cheesy. Vinyl record sales have reached a 30-year high in 2021. Now,
fucking hipsters.
Yeah, it sounds different.
Meanwhile, I own 3 record players and use none of them, but still.
Yeah,
I actually did purchase one last year.
You get that crackly
but
vinyl. It's more about the look. It doesn't sound better.
Yeah, like spending more to have your music sound worse.
Yeah,
cool.
It doesn't sound better. It sounds like vinyl, which is cool, but it's not better. It's just not. It's just fucking not.
Speaking of, while in Greensboro over Christmas, my folks had a candle burning with a wooden wick.
Ooh.
It sounded like a tiny campfire.
That's amazing.
Yes.
What kind of wood is it?
It could have been balsa for all I care.
Yeah. Oh, we got you balsa to the walls.
Don't know what it was, but I'd never seen that before because it's always, what little cotton wick.
Yeah.
Just burning away. Like, it doesn't make noise. Like, what is happening? Because I'm enjoying this a lot.
That sounds great, actually.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Steve, Nina Strauss has become the first active female solo guitarist inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I can't think of another female solo just guitarist. I mean, artist and singer, yeah, but way to go, Nina.
Congratulations on Hell Looking Frosty.
Really?
In other music news, there's the band Nice, per Reggie Watt's suggestion, that I need to check out. Spelled Niis. But it's Reggie Watts. Like, he's the next, Michael Winslow from Police Academy,
I
like with the crazy ass noises he makes.
Yeah.
And was double whammied on TST and Spike to have him in car channels and talking everything but.
Yeah.
That's a good 3 hours of pod right there.
Yeah, I'll have to check that one out. I saw him on there, and he always kind of reminded me of like a cross between Eric Andre and Questlove.
Yes. Yes.
He's a comedian, musician, sort of,
and
every do it all.
And now out of the garage gearhead.
Yeah.
That he currently has a 911 and a Taycan.
Well, Misha Mansour from Periphery is also a gearhead too.
Yep, and he's been on TST a couple of times.
Yeah. Good Lord, he's got a lot of M3, 09 M3, 911 Turbo S, Ferrari 488, Audi R8 V10. Okay, and an ND Miata, just because. It's still a great sports car.
It's going to be funny as hell, like, for imaginary next cars. Like, yes, well, I happen to have a Corolla by a different brand, a Corolla by a different brand, a Corolla proper, and then this next car is a Corolla. It has a 3-cylinder engine in it.
Wink. So, Steve, we have not done a car topic like 3-car garage, but we're running out of countries for that. And I think we've actually ran out of countries. So we can do songs from 2002, or we can pick a random year for each other, and we have to pick 3 cars from that year. That one?
Yep. That has a good music news along the way, and Empire sounding quite fantastic.
And Empire does sound good. So you pick my year, and I pick your year. I don't have a coin on me to flip to see who goes first. So...
Go flip your lid.
So if it's, that side, that's heads, that's tails.
All right.
So, Steve, call it.
Heads.
It's tails.
All right.
So, I get to pick you first. So, it's 3-car garage, the year I get to pick for you. And I don't think I'm going to make it hard on you, but I think I'm just going to pick some random-ass year. I got to make it somewhat believable, because, picking 1919, you'd be, 2 Ford Model Ts and, a...
Did I tell you about the glasses I got from the McBrides for Christmas?
No.
It was a series of 4 glasses with 2 different car brands and years stamped on each side of them.
Yeah.
And this is all, roughly World War I era stuff.
Interesting. Steve, I'm going your birth year, 1981.
Ooh.
So you're 1981. You have to pick 3 cars from 81.
Okay.
And what would be my year? So do you want to pick your cars and then give me a year? Or do you want to or you want to give me mine and then we both search?
I'll play your game, you rogue. You get 86.
Okay. So birth year.
So I immediately have 2 picks.
Okay. This will be fun.
What would the third one be?
This will be fun, actually. Oh, you can get a Taurus from 86, but I don't think you can get an SHO.
That would have been, I think, 89, 90. I think that was later in the first gen run.
Doesn't Conan still have his?
I think 91, 92 was the last of the first gen SHOs.
Yeah. So I typed in cars from 1986. So Car and Driver's been doing 10 best. I'm going to pull up the Car and Driver 10 best from 1986. Are you going to do the same for 81?
Sure.
I think
we're making this be something because they've been doing 10 best forever.
I was going to ask you how long they've been doing 10 best. It's got to be since early Car and Drive, maybe 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
So while we're kind of stewing on it, 10 best was Audi 5000 CS Quattro Turbo. Now, at the time, I'm sure it was 10 best, but after about 3 years of German mechanical gremlins, and not the kind you're not supposed to feed after midnight.
I think this is going to be kind of the, who's that dumb company with the initial quality?
JD Power?
Yeah, them.
What's so stupid, initial quality? Everything should be good initially. I mean, shouldn't it?
You'd be surprised.
Everything should be good initially. By the way, there's a subreddit for unpopular opinions, and you know what it's called? And I've been reading the shit out of it. It's called The 10th Dentist. It's 9 out of 10 dentists approve of this. So it's called The 10th Dentist. It's amazing. It's my friend likes to eat his cereal in orange juice. Shit like that. Yeah, that's some 10th dentist shit right there. Oh, boy.
I can only find it going back to 83.
Oh, that's okay. I will say that Audi had a iron block and an aluminum head. That's a recipe for fucking warped heads and blown head gaskets if I've ever heard one. So I'll back out of the 10 best then, since there's not a 10 best for 81. Was there an F40 in 86? I think there was.
87 was the first year.
No! Oh, man.
Although you do have a 959.
I never liked the 559 as much.
I was oh, sorry, your 911 got fat.
It did. It got fat and melty. I'm sure it was a blast to drive. I'm sure it is still a blast to drive.
And yeah, for only $3 million, you drive that instead of a 964 all-wheel drive that all that technology got transferred to 5 years later.
Yeah, true.
That looks like a better first-gen 911.
Good Lord. The list of all cars made in 1986. Okay. Thanks, Ranker. I'm sure it's 1981.
How many AMCs you got?
Yeah, really. 2 Audis. Load more. Oh, God. After 4, I have to click.
Ugh.
A lot of Audis. There's no way that all these were stateside. Were they? An Audi Coupe GT. What the fuck is that? That can't be U.S.
Well, I'm looking at the similar thing here, and nope. It was a Honda Vigor in 1981. That wasn't here.
The Audi Coupe GT looks sort of like a Scirocco. Look at this.
Yep.
It's not a bad looking car. Ranker, I think you're not in the U.S. here.
The Honda Vigor in 1981 was a different name for the second-gen Accord.
Well, that's kind of disappointing. Acura had the best names, like when they were on top of their game, because the only alphanumeric they had was NSX, because it was Integra, Vigor, Legend. I think it was pretty much it. Those were great names, though. God damn it.
All right. I've got cars introduced in 1981, courtesy of the Wikipedia.
Okay.
And I think I've figured out what I want to do.
Okay. Those cars introduced in 86. Okay. What the fuck is that thing? Ferrari GTO Evolution.
Oh, it could change this up again.
What?
What's your top three, and what are your worst three?
For 86 and yours 81. You know what? I think I just found one of mine though. 86 Ford Sierra RS Cosworth.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Wasn't that what became the Mercury?
Yeah, the XR4Ti, I think was the name of that one. I'm trying to resist picking Starion because 86 is known as the worst year of Starions because of the fuel injection system. Shit, there's a Grand National though. But there's still a fucking Buick Regal though.
Yep.
Like the engine's great, but it's still a Buick
Yeah,
Regal.
I was like, oh, congratulations, your Buick Regal's black.
Yeah.
None more black. And there's a documentary that's on YouTube, Black Air, about it. Like,
really?
I got a good nap watching it.
The Corvette Indy concept car. That's cool as shit looking. Look at that thing.
Looks like a Pontiac Banshee.
That's cool as shit,
and
man.
I've always loved the Pontiac Banshee.
Yes.
That would have been 88, 89.
Yeah. This Zimmer Golden Spirit. Hey, do you want a new car that looks like an old car?
That's not a real car.
Man, I'm not going to pick. Damn it. Now I'm on images. I wish F40 would have been 86 because I'm not really picking a 959. Like, if I'm picking it to flip it, if I have to keep it. So that's the thing. You have to keep these cars, right? So I'll do the Cosworth. So it's going to be the Ford Escort Cosworth. Was it called the Escort or was it Sierra Cosworth?
Their Sierra.
Okay.
I mean, the Sierra was a little bit bigger. That would have been roughly Focus to Fusion size difference nowadays.
I got you. What luxury car came out in 86? The
the early Acura.
Well, it says the Ferrari GTO Evolution came out, and that just looks like an F40 that somebody photoshopped into a shittier looking car. The Chevrolet Celebrity. Woof.
That's Brian's old car. That was Kurtland's old car.
Really? Was it a 6-cylinder? One of those limp dick.
Betting it was a
GM.
2.8.
Oh,
yeah, or an Iron Duke. Either way, not great.
No. Although you could get an Aston Martin V8 Zagato. I don't like the early Acura Legends, though.
They're very boxy.
Yeah, and I like boxy. Don't get me wrong, but not that kind of boxy. Damn it! This is harder than I thought it was actually going to be. Did you have one picked yet?
Totally.
All right, go ahead.
Obligatory DeLorean.
Hey, yeah. How many years were they made?
81, 82, 83. About 9,000 produced altogether.
Okay.
Like, terrible car, but the movie.
Yeah. Although they look so good painted. Like the black ones and the red one. They look really good painted. What engine would you put in it, though? I'd go
that
Civic Type R.
That would work. I've been very intrigued about the twin-turbo Kia Stinger V6 that somebody put in that.
That would fit. Yeah, I'm worried about V8 because the car's so light.
Yeah. There are North Star swapped ones because of the way everything being in the back, so your engine and drivetrain on the back, that a front drive platform translates well to that.
That's why I was thinking Civic Type R.
Yeah.
But the North Star, it's not a great engine.
No.
But you can get them cheap. And so if you can do your own work and you don't mind.
Yep, and I'm completely inexperienced at a heart transplant, be it human or automotive.
Automotive, yes. Human, after pod, I'll talk.
Computer-wise, yeah, that's it.
It's alive.
Next up, if I can't afford a G-Wagon or an old-school Land Rover, let's go talk to Joe Isuzu and get me a Trooper.
81? What? What do they look like?
That would likely be the first ones that hit stateside in 86.
This was the Ferrari 288 Evolution thing. It looks like a bastardized version of the F40.
Yeah, I love the look of these with the round headlights.
That looks good.
Yeah.
This doesn't. No. It looks like a kit. It looks like a Fiero with
that.
Would I still have one? You betcha. It's not my favorite thing I've ever seen, though. I'm on supercars.net, and why are there so many?
And maybe I need to get my Rocky 3 on with the Lamborghini Yalpa.
Damn, that was 81, yeah. That was the era of the Lambos that look like Panteras.
This one looks very Pantera, yes.
Oh, it is a Ford Sierra RS Cosworth. That was it.
Fun fact, the Yalpa was the last Lamborghini to use a V8 until the Urus.
No shit.
Because it was all 10s and 12s.
Damn, that's true, because the Countach, Diablo.
12.
Yeah.
12.
And then the, God damn it, the baby Lambo, 2010, fucking the V10. Gallardo. The Gallardo had V10. Yeah. Interesting.
Like sweet Audi.
Ooh, get a Merc. Look at that. 560 SL. Jesus, that little car had a 5.6 liter V8. I mean, it probably had 100 horsepower. But
yeah. And the hood as long as this table.
Yeah, that. Oh, got my second one. Lamborghini. Lambo.
LM002, y'all. Good luck in your quest for tires.
And I honestly think I picked that one for my 3-car garage Italy, too. Many a moon ago, but definitely that one. Those things are going for stupid fucking money now.
Yep.
And what were the size tires on that thing? I'm going to look that up. It was LM002 tire size.
I don't know, whatever fits a giant. 3 what?
It's not just the 3. It's the 3 and all the other numbers that make it stupid.
It was like what, like a 335, 70, 14?
325, 65, 17. 325, 65,
already
17.
having a 17-inch wheel in 1986 is unheard of, let alone something that big that's not going on a semi.
I know the Conquest had 16-inch wheels, and at the time, that was like the bigger wheel. But 325, 65, 17. Pirelli Scorpions. I wonder how much those motherfuckers cost. Let's go shopping. There's no way they still... You had to get a special made.
That's been the running gag with them now. That between that and Countach with tires,
it's $20,000 for 4.
I'm waiting on 3D printing technology to catch up to where you could actually make a tire to withstand any of this.
It's 20.
Hey Eric, get on it.
It's $20,000 for 4. Hold on, I got to make my tire payment. By the way, you get free. By the way, if you go to eBay CEC Wheels, they have those tires for free shipping. So that's nice of them.
Thanks.
Hey man, this is our game, and we'll play it like we want to. So I got my 2. And I got one more to go. God, that's so silly looking. It's so great, though. It's so big and has no room in the interior.
Yeah.
That's the
And
best.
that little trucklet bed in the back is pretty useless, too.
Yeah, but the seats, Steve. But the seats.
Yeah, nice brat.
My old boss had a brat. And we turned the dumpster over one night because it was empty, and his brat broke down. He was going to sell it, and we rolled the brat in the fucking dumpster.
And meanwhile, you said, bah, ha, 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 ha. Speaking of Hoover bought one that was rusted underneath.
Yeah.
Whoops.
So I went Italian and then American via Britain because I don't think we got the Sierra Cosworth here.
No, that
was just a British.
By proxy, it would have morphed into the XR4 Ti.
So it is technically an American car. There's American parts.
Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
The engine in that was related to an SVO engine.
Which, honestly...
At least, like that 234.
One of the best looking Mustang. Like, the SVO looked great. I always liked the way the SVO looked. I'm inclined to pick, like, a luxury car, because I have a sports car rally car homologation, and I have a giant truck SUV looking thing.
And I've got a Sport Ute and 2 sports cars.
So...
Well, a sports car and a futuristic-looking car.
You said DeLorean and Isuzu Trooper. So what was the third one?
The Yalpa.
Yalpa. So you're already done with your
Jalpa.
3-car garage, unless you want to just take it to fucking 5.
No, I'm having way more fun taking off. It's not the Cadillac Cimarron. It's the 1981 first-gen Chevy Cavalier for worst option on the list.
Yikes.
My neighbor had an 82 for his first car. He named it Agnes.
Ugh. All right, if we're going worse, I'm going 86 Chevy Celebrity.
Sorry, Brian.
Yeah, it's tragic looking.
They really did something to make it look like a half-scale Caprice.
Yeah, but...
Like, cool. It's going to look an awful lot like this Tupperware box.
Steve, I've got it. My, not luxury, but my sedan is an 86 Nissan Maxima.
Ah, interesting, because on here is the 81 Nissan Maxima.
Yes, the 4-door sports
and
car.
at the time that would have been, that's before the 4-door sports car, because that was the 89 that was listed as such.
Demira
but
did
the
86.
spirit was certainly there. Meanwhile, the 81, less so.
Mm-hmm.
Same neighbor with the early Cav. His granddad had an early Mazda 626 featuring not 4, not 2, but a 1-speaker, not even stereo system at that point, a mono system. It was a single speaker mounted in the dash under the windshield.
Why?
At least it's got a radio.
That is so sad that if I were to get a therapy dog, the therapy dog would kill itself. My second is the 86 Chrysler LeBaron. Because that looks horrible.
With, of course, the John Voight spec wood trim.
Well, all right, so
Planes, Train, and Automobiles came out in 87. Same diff. It's
by the way, the 90 version, like the convertible or like the Maserati TC, it's actually not a horrible looking car.
Yeah, but
that looks terrible.
Congratulations, you managed to cut the lid off an 1981 K car 5 years later, and it's just icky.
Oh, man, I forgot about the Zimmer. The Quicksilver. Look at that.
The old-ass looking thing.
That should have been a fucking pick. That's cool as shit. I wouldn't have one, but... So what's your third...
my other bad one?
Yeah.
Maz by Turbo.
Yeah, that's... Was that a LeBaron platform?
That was before the Maz TC.
Okay.
Like, sharp-looking car and quick when it wants to run, but nah. For being box on wheels, that is a handsome brute. But...
Yeah. I'm trading out the Maxima. I'm trading the Maxima. I'm getting an 86 CRX. I have to. I forgot about it. Damn it. I forgot about it. I'm getting the CRX instead. But now I'm on my third worst one, and man, there's so much shit to choose from. It's like picking the worst candy out of the lineup, knowing you're not going to eat it, but still. Buick Somerset. That looks horrible.
Have you seen with the 81 Datsun 810 / Maxima?
I'll allow it.
It's just, eh.
It is what it is. I've got it.
That was a talking dash car.
I've got it. I've always hated the. Oh, damn it. I could have picked a Fiero. Anyway.
It's not too late. Or just
worst cars.
Don't care.
I've always hated these. None of them look good. I don't care if there was a TV show made with one. It never looked good.
Firebird.
86 Firebird or Camaro. They're ugly. It's ugly. The interior's ugly. They're slow. They're heavy. It sucks. There's nothing you could say to convince me otherwise. Although I've seen 3 catfish face Camaros in the last week, which is hilarious.
Did I tell you about my drive back from Greensboro over Christmas where I saw not 1, not 2, but 3 second-gen Solaras that look like rolling bars of soap? Mm-hmm. You know, the first gen, not a bad-looking car. Yeah. Second gen, though, they really dropped the ball.
God damn it, I could have picked a Testarossa. So I've picked an LM002, which I'm still keeping because character. CRX and Sierra Cosworth.
We're not even keeping score at this point.
I'm keeping it at this point because at least the Sierra Cosworth will still run.
Your bank's 5th, 3rd, so this would be your 3rd, 5th, or whatever.
Keeping the redhead running would be expensive.
Tremendous.
By the way, they look good in white, which is sacrilegious. But cocaine white Testarossa? I like that. Never mind your disdain for white cars. Ooh, Ford RS200. You remember those?
Yeah.
Ah, that's so cool. Damn it, this is a good year.
Never sold. Yeah, never sold here. Yeah. Meanwhile, in 81 for worst possible options was the gussied up Escort, the EXP.
Oof.
With the boxy frog eyes.
Yeah. Ooh, what about an Isuzu Impulse?
Yes.
That's cool.
Nice Geostorm.
I still like.
Sold points elsewhere as the Isuzu Piazza. In case you need your car to be a baseball player with a mullet.
Yeah, but he was a good baseball player with a mullet. Yeah, I never liked the Z's from the 80s either.
One of my parents' friends in Greensboro has what was it, the Z31 body style?
Yeah,
with 200K on the clock.
Jeez, okay. I had an inline
so
6.
It's solid, but just cheese wedgie.
Yeah, I completely forgot about the Isuzu iMark. You remember that thing? Ew, God, never mind. I'm trading the Camaro. At least the Camaro actually looks better than this. This is terrible looking.
That is quintessential Japanese Econo box styling by a ruler.
That is awful. As my old teacher...
And you could get it with a diesel.
Oh, God. So it's ugly and noisy. That's nice.
And slow.
Jesus.
Yeah, there were a lot of strange early diesel offerings that Oldsmobile managed to kill off most of it if it wasn't a Mercedes because they were so bad.
Damn, the Impulse looks good, though. I forgot how good that looks. I'm trading the Cosworth for the Impulse. Sorry.
Oh, my.
It's so good looking.
No, let's keep them all. It'll be your 5th, 3rd.
Yeah, the Volkswagen Quantum.
Wasn't that what became the Passat?
I think
like
so.
The Quantum, the Dasher, the bigger than a Jetta.
It makes me want a Quantum leaf off a fucking building. It's ugly as hell. God damn.
Also, yes.
Chrysler Limousine.
My neighbors in Greensboro had a K-car limo.
I don't hate that, actually.
I never saw the car move.
Yeah.
But they had like a New Yorker of the era.
That's it.
Yeah, just dog shit with the vinyl roof.
Mm-hmm.
Just vinyl roofs. Things I could do without.
On a convertible. Good. On a hardtop. not so good.
Yeah.
It's the cars on 51. So as you're...
That super rusty Dodge whatever.
Well, there's that one, but there's a house
It's like that one next to Jaybird Shit Kicker Bar, right?
No, 51, not Albemarle.
No, they're like
The one on 51 has two vinyl rooftop cars. There's a town car and then a Chrysler 300M. 3C. No, 300C. It's not a 300M.
things that never ship natively. That one would not have natively had that.
These two, I forget it which one, but there's a town car. There's definitely a town car that has that, and then there's another car that has a. But I never see the cars move, so it's got to be some really old people, or just people with bad taste. Maybe they've got COVID.
Yeah, that's it. The complete lack of same diff.
Well, I think we have our best and worst of our
Yep.
year. That was fun.
Yep,
I like that. So we'll just pick random years at this point.
sure.
I'm not writing all that shit down because I've already traded out too many times. But
Don't worry about it.
so I guess next episode we'll have. Hopefully Emily will have a new job, and I will have a new job. I will have a new job. I will definitely have a new job. Without having
And by then I'll be happily in whatever it is I'm doing, but I'm already happily there.
we could do one in 2 weeks. We can't do one in 3 because I'll be in Las Vegas again for my birthday, and Steve's coming, and he doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, that's it.
So with me being off on the weekend, we could totally start doing like Sunday shows in the afternoon.
That's crazy enough to work.
It seems better, and that way we get extra sleep, and then we can have
whatever that is.
more guests because weekends. It's gonna be nice having a fucking big boy job, or not big boy job. I'm taking a pay cut, but not much of a pay cut. But whatever. It's not a big boy job. It's still retail. Anywho,
It's retail adjacent.
it's still retail. But would you do less work for $20 less a week? And yeah, I would too. And I don't put a 40-hour weekend now. So if I put a 40-hour weekend there, I'm going to be making more money. Well,
Yeah. It'd be all right.
Yep.
It'd be all right.
let's go to Empire.
Damn the man.
All right. Well, he's Steve.
And he's still AJ.
And this is 102, even though Steve didn't remember what episode it was. But that's okay, because I didn't either. I was hoping he did before I had to look it up.
Blame it on the weather.
Blame it on the rain.
Blame it on the snow.
Which one was Millie and
Wow.
which one was Vanilla?
The live one.
I was going to say the paler one was Vanilla. All right.
Yeah, that works.
All right, we're done. We're going to eat wings. Bye.
Has to.